Hello, and welcome back to GT3, and more specifically, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to my 997.2 GT3 RS. The sun is shining, I'm in a summery mood, and today I thought, what better opportunity than to take this thing for a drive and get some work done and discuss some plans with you with this car. Eagle-eyed viewers amongst you will already probably have clocked what I'm probably going to say I'm going to do to this car. You've probably already seen it in a few videos, I've already had some comments on it, but today is finally the day where I tackle that elephant in the room that some of you have picked up on. It is, of course, and I say of course, if you haven't picked up on it, you're going to feel a little bit silly, the headrests. You will probably know by now, this is not a 4 litre, and hey presto, what does this say on here? It says 4 litre on it. Now, that is going to get fixed, and we are going to just the place we're going to just the place to get that sorted, and I'm going to explain when I get there what on earth has happened. I'm not 100% sure what's happened, but I think I know what has happened. Before also then we reach the other end, equally eagle-eyed viewers amongst you will already have picked up I'm wearing something new on my wrist today. Very aptly for this video, this, ladies and gentlemen, on my wrist today is the Rec Watches 901 GW exoskeleton.
This watch is actually limited to 188 pieces. It's a limited edition timepiece made from the 993 remastered carbon exoskeleton commissioned by the amazing Gunther Works. During the Gunther Works Resto Mod production process, each vehicle is transformed by Gunther Works and stripped down to the frame before each vehicle is cloaked in their in-house produced carbon fibre bodywork. Gunther Works provides Rec Watches with the carbon fibre from that exact carbon exoskeleton build process, which they then subsequently granulate and reforge with new carbon fibre into the visible middle section of the watch case. The Rec Watches and Gunther Works collaboration was a 2-year undertaking that reflects an uncompromising approach to quality, details and finishing. It's got a certified Swiss-made chronograph featuring a fully in-house developed 6-piece case structure, including the recycled carbon fibre. The 901 GW exoskeleton is set to make a bold impression both to car and watch enthusiasts alike.
And if you haven't heard of Rec Watches before, they were founded in 2014. They salvage excess material from iconic vehicles around the world, material that could not be reused in any restoration process, and use it to create unique timepieces as a tribute to the vehicle. This concept, known as recover, recycle, reclaim, or REC for short, sets them apart from every other watch brand. The little marks and imperfections acquired over the life of the recycled materials gives each REC watch a unique visual signature and a backstory. Their collections are naturally therefore limited to the number of pieces they can produce using the excess materials available from each donor vehicle. This really is the zenith of the 911 reborn as a timepiece, and there is also another limited edition of the 901 GW. It is called the Chelsea, and that is limited to 232 pieces. All details of that on the Rec site. I will leave the link below to go and see whether or not either of these models are even still available, and if they are, go and snaffle one up. As I say, they are both limited edition. And exclusively for you guys and girls watching this video, the code TG15 will give you 15% off the 901 GW exoskeleton and the 901 GW Chelsea.
So without further ado then, ladies and gentlemen, let's get to D-Class Automotive and get this video underway.
Here we go then, deja vu. The last time you saw me stood on this spot, not long ago actually, was with my Irish Green 912, but I'm back at D-Class with yet another Porsche. I'm sure they're absolutely thrilled. So, here we go then. What is wrong with this car? Where does the work start with this car? Because there's going to be a stream of work coming, some to do with the front end, but we're going to take a closer look then at the issue in hand. There's a couple of other issues which I failed to mention in the introduction there. So, first off the bat then, we've got 4 litre in the headrest there. There are 4 litre on the headrest, and we've got 3.8 on the sill there. There was very good reason why I took this car with this already in place. I knew this was an issue before I bought the car, and I didn't care, and we're going to get into that at a later date on the channel. There's going to be a series with this car, and some of it will really surprise you. It's really, really interesting actually, but you can see here that this is not original. So, we've got 3.8 on the back, 3.8 on the sill, 3.8 engine. It is a 3.8.
basically what happened at some point within this car's 10-year ownership span, because this is a 2010 car, one of the Wallies that owned it had this stickered up as a 4 litre, and for whatever reason that meant stitching in the headrest 4 litre and having 4 litre denoted on the headrest. I don't know why, I don't know who it was, I don't know why they did that, but presumably, just to flex, this was stickered up as a 4 litre, and I think I've seen a photo of it somewhere. If I can find it in my camera, I'll put it over, but if you haven't seen it, then I probably haven't found it. It was stickered up as a 4 litre, despite the fact it is a 3.8. I don't understand it, I don't understand it at all, and good luck to whoever did it, to be honest with you. If people want to enjoy their stuff like that, that's absolutely fine. I can't have a go. I don't get too hoity-toity about fake badges and whatnot. People are free to enjoy their assets however they please, but that's the situation. That's what's happened, and I bought this car with that in mind, and I knew that that was going to be something that I had to sort out. And the fact that these are actually the factory seats with a non-factory stitch on it, it's going to be super simple for the guys here at D-Class just to take that front panel off with original factory leather and just stick on a plain headrest onto there. I'm not going to have 3.8 on there. You could option it without anything on the headrest at all, and that's what I'm just going to go for. So that is absolutely fine. I'm happy with that. So the 4 litre is coming off. Absolutely fine with that. And it meant I got a bargain on the car, which we're going to go into at some point as well. The other thing that's annoying me about the seats, there is a slight bit of wear on the bolster here. Whether or not someone's been a bit clumsy getting in and out of that in its lifetime, bearing in mind it's 10 years old, or whether or not they were just a little bit overweight, I don't know, but there's been a little bit of scuffage on there, and anyone's got carbon bucket seats from Porsche will know that this is a regular hotspot for chafing on the way in and way out, and something I get annoyed about passengers when they come in and out of the car sitting on the other bolster, scraping their way in. Other things to note then. At some point in its lifetime, someone with a grubby hand has been using this little knob. I've got a very grubby knob, ladies and gentlemen, so that is going to get sorted out here as well. And the stitching on there is just coming a little bit loose as well. All just things, wear and tear over the years that can happen. That can take just a dog to stand on it and it can just rip it, so not that I'm saying that's happened. Other than that, it's actually very, very good condition in here. Everything's really nice. Even these that tend to get grubby, that actually is fine. It is a low mileage car. We're looking at, we've got 8,000 miles on the clock. I have done about 1,500 of them so far, so it is a low miles car. All the bills and MOTs and paperwork and whatnot all suggest that that is completely accurate. In fact, my car vertical report has suggested that's absolutely accurate as well, so no issues with that. And these seats, I'm afraid, are probably the best seats that Porsche make. The carbon backed folding bucket seats. It's such a shame you can't option these anymore, particularly on things like the GT3 Touring where there's no roll cage behind and actually quite a usable amount of luggage space. These seats are key, but you can only get the fixed ones now or fat boy seats. You can't get these seats. So these seats are a rare commodity and something I want to make sure are looked after and looking their best. So that is that. Very exciting stuff. Other things in the works for this car then, potentially at some point surface transform brake upgrades, because I've heard that's a very good thing to do. And there's also a DSC like PASM controller as well, which sorts the suspension out, makes it a bit more compliant on roads and actually better to drive around twisties and track and whatever. It's a very simple, easy mod that I believe Sam Moores actually put on his 997 RS, which he's still got and still absolutely loves. So an influencer there, Mr. Sam Moores, but I'm going to get that done as well at some point on this car. If by this point in the video you haven't got in the mix with your rec watch, make sure you go and check them out. The specific link and code are below for you guys and girls to go and get a discount. Go and check out their other models in the range because there are various bits and bobs, and if you like watches and you like Porsches, then you will not be disappointed. And if you've already got one of these, there are carbon straps available as well on site. Loads of accessories. Go and get in the mix. For now then, from my GT3 RS from D-Class, thank you very much for watching, and do stay tuned for when I collect this car back and my next steps with this car. If you haven't already watched the video when I got the exhaust changed on this, make sure you go and check that out because there's a very good reason why it sounded how it did at the start of this video. If you want more sound and how it all got put together, make sure you go and check that out on the channel. I'll try and create a playlist with this car as well, so you can just go through all the videos on my 997.2 GT3 RS. Before you go also, don't forget to check out Rec Watches and also get in touch with the guys at D-Class if you've got any trimming needs on your Porsche or any other marque. They do some super high-end stuff, which I'll get in serious trouble if I tell you about. But maybe if you come down, they'll let slip what they're up to. Say hello from me if you do. And as always, do subscribe, thumbs up, leave a comment, say hello, say bye, whatever it is, and I'll see you all very soon. Bye.